Hello, my name is Desiree Jordan and today's lesson is all about how to make trousers, ladies trousers. Now it's been requested by a lady that, oh great, you've made some men trousers but please can you make some ladies trousers. So here we are, I've made you a ladies trousers. Here it is, ladies trousers. Now, for those of you who this is a bit too difficult because this is intermediate, I'd like you to actually click here, for you will find that there is a beginner video which is a simple trousers, and that simple trousers is just simple, join the sides together, put elastic band in, and that's it, trousers made. Yes. Now if you click here you will go to the more advanced videos, whereby the trousers that this person is referring to, which has got complicated pockets all over the place, it's got back pockets, it's got flaps on the zips and everything. It is a bit more technical. So if this is a bit too easier for you, or from here you want to move on to that one, then please feel free to do so. But today you're going to learn with this trousers, you're going to learn how to put a zip in, you're going to learn, which is the easy way, you're going to learn how to put a pocket in, which is the easy way once again, and you're going to learn how to hem the trousers, which funny enough somebody mentioned that it was men actually, how to repair a trousers, and it wasn't there, so now it's going to be there, how to hem a trousers. So please tune in while we now make this trousers. Here we go. So here we have the pattern, here we have our trousers. The pattern's already laid out, but what I need to explain to you is that I have put my pattern on top and I've overlapped the back and the front, and I'm going to remove them now so that you can see. So this is the front and this is the back. So as you can see, we have two pieces of pattern. But what I did is I've overlapped it to get one cut. Alright, so this is going to make life a lot more easier because we don't have this center seam to sew up. Now in doing so, it means that the trousers is not that curved, it's too much of a curve in it. But we don't need that for this right now. Now the reason why I've done that is because if you can see here, I've got some embroidery going on here and it's absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to make use of this embroidery. Now when I bought this fabric was long ways and it had embroidery from at two ends of the fabric. So to make use of it, so that will be at the bottom of the trousers, that'd be great. You could have decided to have had it on the top near the waistband, but I think it's best noticing at the bottom of the shoes. So here we have one fabric joined as one, and I've done some butterfly stitch up the top here, which I'm now going to release it, and this butterfly stitch is just to tell me where the darts are. So we've got a dart here and a tack here. Here we're going to put the pocket. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this down a bit. Just go straight down. So this bit's going to stitch up, enough room for the pocket. So in principle we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. This is the pocket, which I've cut 4. And this is the waistband, which I only need 1, but I've got 2 because I like to double up the fabric, right? Because I just do, because I like thick waistband. Now this trouser is not that you need to know really, but this is a size 12, this pattern, but I'm just enlarging it slightly bigger. That's very easy. So what I'm going to do now is, first of all, I'm going to stitch the darts down. I'm going to tuck the back one. Oh, by the way, this has a zip in it, and it has a zip at the back of the trousers. So that's unusual as well. Now, they have zips now that the zips are shown on the outside. I really don't like that, these metal zips shown on the outside. So for the fashion, I could do that, but No, I'm not going to do that. I prefer the old-fashioned way, just putting the zip in properly. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this to my machine and I'm going to overlock it, and when I overlock it, I'm going to put the pockets in. Now the pockets are the same, it's just 4 of these, and I stitch them to the side, and you'll see me do that. So let me move to the machine now. Right, so what I thought I'll do is, before I move my trousers from the table, what I'll actually do is pin the pockets down so that you can see it. So as we have it, the fabric is on the right side facing up because we've got this embroidery going on. So what I'm going to do is take the pockets, so these are the right side out, so I'm going to lay my pockets down, so that's one lay down on that side, and then that's that one lay down there. So now I'm going to pin it. As you can see, I cut it down so I can join these pockets in, and then I'll pin them so that makes it easier, and then later on I'll just stitch them up and close it. So let me cut this down as far as the pocket is, and a little bit further. That will do. And it's only this section here that's going to be stitched. So that's the pocket, and this bit here is going to be left open right here. So we're going to stitch this section here, and then it flips over, go inside, and then we just join the whole pocket together from there, going all the way down, and then stitch down to here. Normally we would have stitched all the way down, but I don't want to interfere with this embroidery. That's the reason why I've left it in one. So I'll do that now to this side here as well. Now this is an unusual way of putting the pocket in, but this is the way the pattern is for this particular trousers. So that's the pocket on, and while I'm at the machine, I'm going to stitch the darts and tack it there. You will see me do this on the machine, and while I'm on the machine I will close the legs up. That's how simple this trousers is. But because it's got the zip in it, and because it's got the waistband, I would say that's for the intermediates. And that's what I'm going to do. And that, as you can see, will be your trousers. That is one leg of the trousers. So I'll take it to the machine now and I will do that. I'm just double checking my pockets to make sure that when I stitch them up I get them both equally. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just do a little knit to make sure that all of them stop in the same place, because I didn't do that before. That was a big nip. That was really big. So what I'm going to do now is each one of them, I'm going to stitch the pockets up to the knits. I don't want to take away too much material, because this is hidden. So that's one side, and this is the opposite side. Just checking to see that my machine is stitching properly, because it sounds funny. So those are my pockets stitched down. But what I want to do now is just to make sure that the fabric doesn't roll back on itself. So what I do here, you can either top stitch it, put it back on itself and top stitch it and give it a nice finish. But I don't like top stitching, as I said once before. So what I'll do is I'll top stitch on one side to force the pocket one way. So is that your phone ringing? Yeah. So what I've done here, I mean this fabric is so busy you can hardly see it, but there's a stitching right here. It's almost like a nice pressing. So that's turned inside, and that will hold that down nicely. Yeah? And then the stitching is on that side. Alright, so we'll do that to all of them. Okay, so we've stitched that down, we've top stitched it down, and now we're going to move over to the overlocker, and this bit here, I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit. Excuse me. And while I'm on the overlocker, I'll just overlock certain parts of his trousers. Now we're back to the machine, and don't forget this section here is this side here, the pocket side. That's where we're going to sew up. So now we're going to sew it up, but before I sew it up, let me just show you at what point we are at. There is the trousers, there's your pockets there, they are there. So we're going to flip this over and close this section here, and because we've joined it here we don't need to stitch all the way down, so we're just going to close this up, and then we're going to close this inside leg up, and that's that done. Now I started from the top, and I'm going to just go all the way around. Now the seam here, I've pushed the seams going back. So this is almost the trousers and that's the pocket. So the seams are going towards the pocket. So we're going to stitch up towards the stitch, past the join in, go past it, up, and then we're going to turn it around and past that big nip I just did. And that's where it stops. So we just pass it. It's almost like stitching a dart. And that was the hips. And if you find that the hips is a bit sticky now, and this is what happened most when you buy clothes from the shops, the hips, they're sticking out of it a lot. All you have to do is just keep curving it in to the shape of you. That's it. It's quite simple. So I like to now, we're going to stitch this, close it up. I like to now start from the bottom and work my way up. And sometimes because the fabric stretches itself out one way or the other, it's best to have that nice and straight, and anything that's left over just gets chopped off at the top. And that happens quite a lot, so don't worry yourself trying to fit it in all the time. You don't need to. So that's that done. Oh no, so we're going to now do the dart. Now you saw where I did that little butterfly. So this is the back of the trousers with the dart, because funny enough, this trousers, the zip is at the back. So we're going to get hold of the dart. And there's my butterfly stitch that I put in, and we're going to stitch up to it. This trousers is so simple, so quick. It can be done in no time. Right, so here's the nips for the other dart, and this is just a little tuck. So you just do this 1.5 inches to 2 inches down. I prefer 2 inches. And that's it. Just a little tuck, and that will give the front of the trousers like an extra little pleat, a nice pleat in the front. And there's the front of the trousers, so that pleat will turn towards the back. If you wish, you can top stitch it down if you wish, but you know me, I don't like top stitching, so it cheapens the garment. So now we've done that, so here's our pocket. There's our pocket. If you wish, you can go up to the top and just stitch that down. Let's do that for you. So I've lined the pocket up like this. There's your pocket. It just slightly overlap because you don't want the other stitch showing, and just make sure that's nice. Overlap that there and just hold it down. That's all. That's just to hold it. And that's one side of your trousers done. And I'm going to do the other side. But before I do the other side, I'm going to overlock this and overlock this bottom here. In fact, follow me. I'll do that now, and I'll hem the bottom of this, and then you can see one side of the trousers done, and then I'll do the other side, and then we'll see it coming together. This is the crotch now that I'm overlocking. So there I have overlocked the crotch, I have overlocked these legs, I've overlocked the bottom of it, and now to finish it off I'm going to iron it just to make it easier for me to hem it. Now I'm only showing you one side of the trousers at the moment to save time. I'm going to turn the hem up. I'm just going to turn it up 1/4 inch because I like long trousers. I've extended the legs, by the way, because I've got long legs. So now I'm going to hem the bottom of the leg. Now you can machine stitch this if you wish, because I've got a feather machine, so I don't need to hand hem it or flat stitch it. I'm going to use my feather machine, which is what I love. This machine is a lifesaver. So here we are on my feather machine. It's an industrial feather machine, professional, finishing touch. And I was told that somebody was looking up how to repair the hem of a trousers, and these were men, and they looked me up on YouTube to find out how to hem a trousers, and they couldn't find one. And I'm very sorry about that, guys, but maybe now you'll find this, how to hem a trousers. That's exactly how you do it. Now you look at this hem now, you can't see it. Can you see it? No, you can't. Don't even try. There's the hem. That's how it's done. Professionally done.